A beach scene, seriously? Not only gratuitous, but oh, so predictable. Oh, come on, it's the beach. Don't be so negative. I guess you're right. It's not every day you get to go to the beach. Are you alright, Tara? You've looked better. Tara was practically crawling on the beach sand like a zombie with one arm. Sunlight, my worst enemy. We meet again, you piece of shit. Same. There's some shade under the beach umbrellas over there, Tara. You look like you could use it. I swear, I'd never seen Tara move so fast. Let's go in the water, come on. Scarlet grabbed Violet by her hand and pulled her towards the water. Ah, but I didn't bring anything to change. Now that's the spirit. Wait up, you guys. And just like that, they're off. You up to doing them? I'd be crazy to miss out on this. Just one thing first. Allie pulled me in with her arms and kissed me passionately. It's hotter when the other girls are around. You think they saw? I couldn't stop my jaw from dropping. Wow, she just wants attention. The look on your face is priceless. Oh my god. Try to keep up. Allie ran to join the other girls in the water. I smiled and followed suit. We spent the rest of the morning enjoying the warm weather on the beach. Morning, Chelly. Time sure flies, huh? The show's almost over and you'll be able to go back to your regular life soon. No idea if that's gonna have any less headaches, though. Who knows? As strange as it sounds, I've had some fun here. The whole getting murdered thing isn't great, but it hasn't been all that bad. I did mention that the other people would kill to be in your position. On second thought, they definitely haven't thought it through enough. Probably not. Well, back to business. It's time to pick who you'll be on your third date with. Who's the unlucky soulmate candidate today? I think I took Tara first last time, didn't I? So we'll go with Allie first this time. To be honest, I'm not sure if your dates with Allie are really dates or more just trying different kinds of transportation. But hey, whatever floats your boat. Let's get those cameras rolling. I found Allie by the beach, or more accurately, she came running to me. You're not gonna believe this, Chelly. What's that? Alright, who took my keys? You've got 10 seconds before I take it out of Forrest's paycheck. Oh, come on. Well, we'll walk and talk. Come on. Well, let's walk. Maybe more run like hell. Forrest's not gonna be happy when he finds out that whatever. Come on, let's go. She grabbed my hand and pulled me with her into the forest clearing nearby. What's going on? You are not gonna believe what I just found. What's that? Well, I was wondering how to top the 2 previous dates when I stumbled upon. Ah, wait a minute. It's better if I surprise you. I'm gonna have to close my eyes again, right? I love how fast you learn things, Chelly. Yep, fast learner here. She was singing as she covered my eyes with one hand and pulled me along with the other. She pulled me along step by step. I can't say I wasn't enjoying it. Is this a staircase? It feels like metal beneath me. In the middle of a forest? Oh no, don't go up the staircase in a forest. Just a bit more now, alright? You can open your eyes now. Oh, we're in a plane. How on earth? We were inside a small plane, the very same one I'd been rudely awakened in my first day here. How did you even... It was just sitting in the forest, so I thought, why not, right? I have so many questions. Wait a minute, are you planning on... Without even bothering to answer me, Allie rushed to the cockpit. Oh crap. Here's to hoping that this goes better than the rollerblades. Huh. I wonder what this big red button does. Oh god, don't push the button. Oh god, get me out of here. I ran for the door, but it was already shut tight. And away we go! The engine of the plane roared as we took off. I slammed into the side of the door. Oof. Come on, be honest. You were thinking the same thing. You put a big, juicy red button there, completely unattended, and you expect a good citizen like me not to press it? You're bonkers. You've got a point. But do you have any idea how to fly this thing? Wait a minute. If you're talking to me here, then who's flying the plane? Technically nobody, but... crash. The right wing of the plane smashed into a tree. We hit it hard enough for it to be slightly deformed. Oof. I slammed into the wall yet again. Well, we didn't need that wing anyway. We still have the other one. Exactly like kidneys. No. I'd like to keep both of my kidneys as well, too. Both wings, both kidneys. Forget killer dating death shows. Forget Damien and Kat. Allie was going to be the death of me. I tried to run to the cockpit, but it was all I could do to stay upright as the plane teetered back and forth. I'm just kidding. I've got this. I hope so. Allie ran to the cockpit without breaking a sweat. Meanwhile, I did my best impression of a ball in a pinball machine. Ping, 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 ping. Alright, I got this. The plane seemed to stabilize in a matter of seconds. Oh, thank God. I really thought we were gonna... Oof. Crash. Oops. Once again, the right wing of the plane smashed into a tree. Somehow it's bent back to its original shape. Not so bad if I do say so myself. Alright, that was dumb luck and you know it. And now, for the moment you've been waiting for. We started gaining altitude, slowly at first, then faster and faster and higher. Before long, we were soaring high above the trees. Allie yelled out in triumph. Woo! I joined and yelled out with glee. It's a pretty great feeling, huh? Not dying in a fiery plane crash? Flying free. Without it, what's the point of living? You're talking about freedom or flying? Why not both? That said, there's another reason I flew us up here. What's that, Allie? This is the only place I could find on the island that wasn't bugged. No one can eavesdrop on us here. And sorry for the turbulence, but without it, they might have heard me disable the bugs in here. Believe me, I looked for a safe place as hard as I could. That's why I got the rollerblades in the boat earlier, to find a safe place to talk as fast as possible. I'm guessing you know what the show is really about then? Unfortunately, yeah. What a bummer, am I right? Unfortunately, I don't think you do, and I can't risk telling you everything either. What? Why? Believe me, you're better off not knowing. What? Allie, what are you hiding? Who are you really? Look, we don't have too much time before we have to land this. This thing's already almost out of fuel. Sure enough, we had already started descending. Please, just trust me. I'm on your side, Chelly. I know there's so many lies going around here, but I really want to help you get out of here. Though I have to admit, it wasn't on my to-do list at first. It's a good thing you're so cute. Thanks. I'm kidding, jeez. Do you trust me? No. You don't have to trust me. All you have to know is that I came to save you all. And that I won't stop trying until I do just that. Though, at this point, I've done all I can. It's in his hands now. Whose? No time to talk. We're almost back in range of the island's recording network. No matter what, don't tell anybody what happened here. Not even a little bit. Not even if you think you can trust them. Are we clear? Crystal. The plane flew lower and lower. Alright. We're about to be back in the recording zone. What else? What else? Don't do anything I wouldn't do? That really doesn't limit it much. I guess not. Hold on. I'll try to explain in a second. After we landed, Kat scolded us for taking the plane. So, it's kind of confusing. We're on a TV show, and none of the girls knew we're on a TV show where I either date somebody or get murdered, except me. But she does know, somehow. Or she knows something else and we think we know the same things. I'm not sure. But I think we're trapped somewhere. And yeah, she does seem sketchy now. And that's why I was like, I don't trust you anymore. Kat and Allie seemed to exchange more than a few uneasy glances as we got off the plane. They're probably all sketch. Probably. I wouldn't be surprised. But luckily, nothing came of it. Plus, with my taste, are we really surprised? Next, the production staff separated Allie and I. It looks like Kat had arranged something special for the two of us. All I was told was that I wasn't allowed to see Allie until evening. Apparently, that's the nicest time to film. Till then, the production team helped me to look the part of a romantic novel protagonist. I was dressed to the nines. I must have sat through 100 photo shoots and interviews before they told me it was time to see her. Ooh, fishies. But it was worth it. Wow, even for this island, this place is pretty fancy with a capital F. Tell me about it. I broke one plate here and I'll have to pay it off for the rest of my life. I mean, welcome to the Ocean Palace. Allow me to show you to your seat. 2 gestured at me to follow him. Why is she stuck here? I don't think she's supposed to be here. You know, I kind of expected you to be dressed up too, given all the shit the crew put me through. I guess she was. I don't know why he was hiding behind her then. What's the point? It'd just get ruined. How would it just get ruined? Oh, you'll see. Come on. Oh no. She reached for my hand. I put mine in hers with a smile on my face. I don't know. As a character, I'm pretty willing to just go do whatever she says for some reason. Like, I don't have any logic of what should happen. Because most of this I'd be like, where are we going? Why are we doing this? Like... She pulled me along with her towards the door. Whoa. We stumbled against the table, which knocked a plate onto the floor. It promptly shattered into a million pieces. In case you were watching, Kat, that was 2. I knew I should have been an accountant. She laughed as she pulled me along with her outside. The night air has never tasted so fresh. Each breath for air as we ran along the road made my worries and fears just disappear. Eventually, we ran all the way to the beach. I have a theory about the game that one of them, because day before when I was playing, we were in like a dreamlike state when we were sleeping and we were talking to somebody, one of the girls, but we don't know which one. And I have a theory that they made us think Kat's the bad. Okay, bye. They make you think Kat's the bad guy. And with Damien, the guy that's running the show. But I think Kat might not be the bad guy, and one of the girls we're on a date with might turn out to be the bad guy. I don't know if it depends on who you pick or who or what, but this is just all speculation, so I guess we're gonna have to find out. But that's my theory. Eventually, we ran all the way to the beach. Come on. She tightened her hand and pulled me along with her to the water. We'd just, there was another game called Doki Doki, and it was really good. Jack played it, and I think Mark played it. And, it was kind of similar to this, and it turned out like you can only date the main girl. Like, they wouldn't let you be with anybody else. Like, they all die and stuff. And yeah. I don't know, but I also found out that there's tons of, like, different endings to this game, too. So I don't know if it, like, depends on who you pick. And, like, if I picked, like, Allie and another girl, if it would do something different or not. But, I don't know. Wait, just, she laughed like a maniac as she cannonballed us into the ocean. My first instinct was to swim back to the surface, but then Allie put her hands against my face and looked deep into my eyes. She smiled, then kissed me passionately. Why does she just keep kissing me? Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I can play it a couple times to swap them around. But I'm gonna have Austin look up and see and like watch so I don't get spoilers and see if they like if it's just different endings for if you pick different girls completely or what. So that way there's not like a bunch of like rereading the same stuff. It was as if time had stopped. Just in case. Sorry. A few minutes later, we went back up to the surface. I figure you could use a fun distraction from everything that happened earlier. Was she doing this for me? Give me Okay, babe. Stop texting me now. I never know what to expect with you, you know, and you never will. It was a night to remember. This girl is so weird. Something's wrong with her. After today's date with Allie, I decided to take a stroll around the mansion. The night was clear as could be. A light breeze made it just a bit chilly, but not enough that I'd need to put on more. I found myself fixating on the moon without thinking. I thought I'd find you here. Why is that? Just a gut feeling and the island-wide surveillance system. You doing okay? Yeah, I'm just thinking. I can't believe the show's almost over. It didn't feel real earlier today. Time sure flies, doesn't it? You've only got the last third date with Tara tomorrow, then the final ceremony on the day after. Speaking of which, how was your date with Allie today? It was alright. Not the way I wanted it to go, yeah. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I won't pry. I guess 3 dates wasn't enough to see if someone's marriage material after all. Who knew? Everyone knew. Anyway, I'd love to stay and chat, but I've gotta get some work done tonight for the prep for the ending of the show. You know what? I could use some company, and it's not like you were up to anything. Kat reached her hand out to me. I put my hand in hers on instinct. With her hand in mine, she pulled me with her to the library? Now you're probably wondering, why did I bring you here of all places? You like to read? Well, yes, but no. There's no internet for us goons, so here's where we store most of our information. Records of every single run of the show, building and security details, guard schedules, and most importantly, salary records. It's hidden in plain sight as regular books. You need to know how to decipher them, though. They're pretty useless to the average person. Interesting, and also a little unnecessary. Who here is going to read a book? Oh, I knew that the state of education was bad, but not this bad. It still doesn't answer why you brought me here. Well, you see, I have this lovely chair and table here that I do so love to work on. And it's truly, truly exhausting for me to get up from this lovely arrangement to have to fetch each book I need to reference. So, you want me to grab your books for you so you can just stay here? I'm so glad you understand. And you know, I'm doing everything I can to keep you alive, and it's just a teeny tiny favor. I couldn't help but laugh at her mock pout. Sure, Kat. It's the least I can do. Alright. Great, alright. To start, I need you to grab me The Princess of Averanda, 100 easy recipes for a philosopher's stone, and I regret everything. This must be the 100th batch of books I've had to deliver. It's been hours. Seriously, whoever designed this system should be shot. I tried to read a few of the books I was delivering, but like Kat said, they just seemed like regular books. And that's a wrap. Thanks for the help, Shelly. I'll send you a thank you card when you're off this island or something. At that rate, that was pretty much slave labor. I'd like to think of it as more of unpaid charity work. You've got one last date tomorrow. Don't mess it up. I'm curious what's the first thing you're going to do when you're out of here. Honestly, I'm not sure. Maybe try to figure out what my life was before. Who knows? That's a good start. As good a start as any. Well, I gotta get back to editing. Good night, Chelly. See you, Cat. Guess I'll head back to my room and call it a night. What weird dream are we gonna have tonight? The alarms were deafening. We planned for every possibility we could, but it wasn't enough. We made it to the ship, but it still wasn't enough. Our one saving grace, the ship, wouldn't start. Someone tampered with it, and there's no time to fix it. That's it then? I couldn't find the words to say. I love you. I love you too, Chelly. I wish we could have met anywhere but here. She held me in her arms with with the last of her strength. All that's left to do is wait. Goodbye, love. I like that. I kind of want that as a text tone for some reason. Huh. Well, this isn't the worst place I thought I could wake up yesterday. I'll take that as a compliment. She laughed and pinched my cheek. Well, it's been a blast, Chelly. Why was she just in here in my room when I woke up? I've some more cruising around to do, and I think you've got another date on your plate today. Yeah, that's just how the show goes. Sorry. She was gone before I even had a chance to finish. That woman is a force of nature. Well, look who crawled out of an economy class airplane toilet. And good morning to you too, Damien. Chelly, don't mind him. Damien was just telling me the news. Your ratings are doing really well so far. At this rate, I really think you'll make it out of here. That's great news. I wouldn't celebrate just yet. Just because you've done well till now doesn't mean you won't jump the shark today. Your teeth are really pointy. Your ratings today need to be higher than they're ever been, or you'll get axed. I don't think that makes sense. Axed literally. If I'm around when your number's up. I guess we'll find out together, won't we? Later. Sorry about him. He can be a little mean sometimes. A murder threat is a little mean. Anyway, you ready for your last date with Tara? It's just this last date, then tomorrow it will be the final ceremony. I'm as ready as I'll ever be. Fantastic. Then we'll start filming right away. Good luck, Chelly. You'll need it. Thanks, Kat. I owe you one. It's time for my last date with Tara. Let's go. I found Tara sleeping on the couch, on the sofa in the games room. She looked so peaceful. Maybe I'll come back later. Zombies everywhere. Ah! She bolted up suddenly. You okay? Whoa, you okay, Tara? Whew, it was just a dream. I'm good now. No worries. Seems like it was a pretty crazy dream. No kidding. I dreamed that we all got turned into zombies. Luckily, there's no way that could ever happen. Did you go to bed late? Hell yeah, I spent all night working on the game. And I finished it too. Care to join me in testing it out? I added some new features I'd like you to try. Sure, I'd love to. It looked like the same game I had played before. What am I looking for? You'll see. I started up the game. Sorry, this is a jam. Moments later, I saw Tara's avatar run up to me. You've made it just in time. The new event is about to start. What's the new event? As if on cue, giant robotic pigeons flew from the sky and started to attack our avatars. Ah! We're gonna fight the pigeons. I ran towards the pigeons, preparing for the fight of a lifetime. Am I gonna die? I feel like I'm gonna die. Don't worry, I gotcha. Tara pulled out a giant can of pigeon repellent and started blasting away. This pigeon repellent. Whoa, I think something's bugged. It's not working at all. Guess I gotta fix that. Hee hee hee. While Tara was laughing at her own mistake, I was being lifted into the sky by the pigeons. I think I'm screwed. Where are these pigeons taking me? I tried to move my avatar, but there was no way to resist the death grip of the pigeon, robo-pigeon. Don't worry, they're about to fly into the territory of the maple syrup dragon. The what? Uh-oh. The screen lit up with a blast of flying maple syrup. I never thought I'd ever say something like that, but here we are. The maple syrup slammed into the pigeons and forcefully stuck their wings together. As a consequence, they started to fall to the ground at breakneck speed. Ah! Save me! I hadn't saved yet. I knew I forgot something. I forgot to add the ability to save. I'll have to write that down. As Terra took notes, I rapidly fell to my doom. I'm happy for you, but if you could just for a minute... My avatar smacked to the ground, pigeon first, and instantly died on impact. Oh man, I had so much stuff. Is there at least a respawn mechanic? I have never died before in this game. Of course. Just hit the retry button. I pressed the button and watched the world around me reset to the village, sans the giant beast of death. Except now, the village seemed 10 times bigger than before. Wait, when did the village get so big? Then it dawned on me. Wait, it's not the village that got big. I got small. I took a more careful look at my avatar. I was a pigeon again. I sighed deeply. At the same time, Terra was giggling like a child. We spent a few more hours testing out the rest of the game's new features. Thankfully, there were no more pigeon Easter eggs. There's one last thing I wanted to test out, if that's okay. Will it end with me getting turned into a pigeon? No. Oh. Just come with me. I followed her avatar to the cabin we shared in the woods. A cabin in the woods? No. When we got there, she turned around, walked up to me, and held out an item I'd never seen before. Are you proposing to me? She walked up to me and gave me an item called the Ring of You're Pretty Cool. Oh, well, thank you. What's this? Let me try to explain. I came onto the show with no idea of what it was about. Personally, I thought it was stupid at first, but hanging out with you has been so much fun. I've never really got to work on my hobbies with anybody till I met you. Honestly, I've never had someone to share all my crazy shit with, but you're different. So, I guess what I'm trying to say is, you're pretty cool, and I hope we can keep doing this even after the show is over. I'd love to, Terra. You don't even have to ask. I've got to say, you caught me off guard with this. Why's that? You giving me this ring, well, it could be a little misleading. You're not making any sense. We laughed together, then walked back to the mansion with a spring in our step. We played the day away without a care in the world. Well, that's enough gaming for today. You up for a movie date? Sure, what do you want to watch? How about... Whoa. And then I saw something I'd never seen before and would never see again. The sky outside rapidly turned from orange to black, as if it were water being drowned in the darkest ink. Then, the bright sun in the sky went out like a candle in the wind. Whoa, what's going on? She held my hand tight. I could feel that she was scared. I didn't have a chance to respond before I heard a rush of footsteps coming towards us in the dark. That does not sound like footsteps. Something isn't right. Oh no. We were surrounded. A familiar voice cut through the short silence of me holding my breath. I'm sorry, Chelly. You just didn't make the cut. We gotta get out of here. Just make it quick, please. Chelly, I'm scared. What's happening? I clasped her hand as tight as I could. I'm gonna die. That's what's happening. We need to get out of here. Come on. I didn't even make 3 steps before I was tackled down and cuffed behind my back. Chelly, hold on. I yelled at her to run, but she came back to try to help me. Terra, you gotta get out of here. She screamed. They must have got her. It was no use. Even though she was right in front of me, I was powerless to get even an inch closer. They tackled her down in an instant. I heard the clink of the cuffs as they dragged her away. I struggled with everything I had to get up to save her, to run for what felt like an eternity. Then nothing. I woke up on an operating table, the kind you see in a nightmare. Blood splattered on the floor and the walls, the smell of disinfectant and rotting flesh. There was a nearby table littered with metal instruments that could make anybody talk. My first instinct was to get up and get off it as fast as possible, but my neck, hands, and legs were cuffed and pinned down in thick metal braces. I tried to force myself out with all my strength, but the braces didn't so much as budge. Hello? What's going on? Where am I? Tara, you there? All I heard back were the echoes of my own screams. Wherever I was, this place must be massive. Hey, Chelly. Kat was holding some kind of helmet, the thick wires extruding from the back of it. Don't worry, Tara's doing fine. She's just taking a little nap. Kat, what's going on? You've got to help me. I was just on my date with Tara, then everything went dark, and these guys fucking kidnapped us, and... I know, Chelly, I know. She sighed. You did good, but not good enough. That's pretty much it. Would it make you feel better to hear that you're the best one yet? I don't care. Get me out of here. At this point, there's no point in explaining. She placed the helmet on my head carefully. Even if I wanted to stop her from doing so, the brace around my neck made it impossible to maneuver. Please, Kat, don't do this. I could hear the hum of a massive generator turning on behind me. She raised her hand, revealing a trigger switch with a single red button. I just want to get out of here. I want to get back to my life. Whatever it is, please. Not today, Chelly. She pressed it. The sound of crashing waves, a world without time or color. I'm back. This time, it's as if I'm sitting in an audience, watching myself from them. The escape had failed. I'd been separated from her and captured. We really never had a chance, did we? I find myself praying that she's safe, if anything happened to her. For a moment, the world exploded with color. Always the hero, aren't you, Chelly? What did you do to her? You should be more worried about yourself. You knew the rules. If you try to escape the island, you die. It didn't have to be like this, but you... I'm done talking. Goodbye, Chelly. Oh, will you look at that? Looks like our little hero's got some life left in him. You know, Chelly, you're in luck. Usually, I just kill you for this, but a new opportunity's just opened up and I think you'd be the perfect fit. For what? Do I want to know? Hey, don't just lie there. Just 5 more minutes. You're the star of the show. You can't just sleep through it. Watch me. Oh, that's how you want to play. It's on. Ow. Oh, this again. Rise and shine, sleepyhead. Ow, ow, ow. Did you just hit me? What? Me? Never in a million years. Anyway, what was your name again? Oh, my name's... I can't remember my name. Really now, you've got to be joking. I'm dead serious. I can't remember a thing. Who knows? It might be for the better. Luckily, we've got your name on file. Chelly. My name's Kat. It's nice to meet you. You're the star of our new show, Find Love or Die Trying. Let me get you up to speed. I died. How on earth did I get into this mess? I'm somehow stuck on this island in the middle of nowhere in an insane dating show from hell. From what Kat said, I'm dead meat if I can't finish the show with a fiance or if the ratings aren't high enough. None of the girls on the show know the truth, and if they found out, they'd kill us all. Why couldn't I wake up with no memories in a regular hospital like a regular drama protagonist? Or at least the girls seem nice. Allie's quite something. Something tells me she'll be hard to keep up with, and that's not just from losing a race to her in the field. Scarlett's interesting. I've still got no idea if she was trying to read the magazine or the book hiding it. I'll figure that out later. Tara marches to the beat of her own drum. I like that. Violet's cool, but intimidating as hell. I'm pretty sure she was about to cook one of the brothers for dinner. Then there's Yui. She seems like a sweet girl. Something about her is so familiar. She said she knew me from before. I'll have to ask her what I was like before as soon as I can. But for now, the show must go on, and that's why Chelly is the perfect soulmate for each of you. I'm sorry. You just drew a bunch of numbers and symbols that don't mean anything. We already read this. It's like the bullshit math they show on screen in a movie. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's gonna loop until I win. Ah, you're late to the party, Chelly, and I don't know what I did wrong. Now that we're all together, it's time to explain the rules of this show. Chelly, one of the 5 lovely women here, is your soulmate. What if I just do this? What if I do this? Want them to marry you? Yeah, we know that. So I've got 10 days to save my life. So without further ado, who do you want to spend time with? Wait, I have to choose already? Okay. Hold on just a second. I forgot to tell you something pretty important. She pulled me aside. This might be different. This should be far enough. Oh no. So the girls think you'll be asking any of the 5 of them for a date. Oh yeah. But really, I only want you to be asking 3 of them. Basically, everybody but Tara and Allie. So it's different. Why's that? Let's just say we think we'll get higher ratings that way. And you know how important it is to get high ratings, right? I don't really have a choice, do I? Nope, glad we're on the same page, Chelly. So without further ado, we walked back to the girls. Who do you want to go on your first date with? We'll go with Violet. Alright, we'll make it happen. Well, I had just gone outside the mansion to find Violet when a white limousine drove up and stopped in front of me. One stepped out from the driver's seat and walked towards me. Chelly, good day. Please do enter. What's with the formal talk? Please, just get in the car, Chelly. You already heard what she did to my bro. He opened the passenger door and ushered me inside. Okay, I'll do the girl from my past next. I shrugged and went inside. What's the worst that could happen on a death game dating show? We sat in silence as one drove me to what looked like some sort of fancy restaurant, then escorted me inside. Bonjour, suitor. I trust my new butler brought you here safely? Yeah, he did. What's going on, Violet? I thought I would give you a chance to have some alone time with the star of the show, is all. I am told this is what people do when they are courting. Have you never been on a date before? Of course I have. I've read all the manuals on the subject. There's manuals on dating? I'll have you know, I studied every book of the Lusty New Asian Maid series and know them all by heart. Impressed, I'm sure. Sure. That's, yeah, a word for it. Pardon my interruption. I brought you food. Please be seated, honored guests. Violet and I sat around the table in the center of the palace, as one placed each dish onto the table one by one. He seemed to linger over the meatballs as he brought them over. Thank you, one. Please, don't hold yourself back. I don't think I will. This food looks incredible and probably worth more than my life. You're right on both counts, Chelly. I'm ecstatic you like the assortment. I planned it myself. You're a chef? You could say that. What do you mean? Anyway, tell me more about yourself, Chelly. Well, there's not too much to say. Amnesia is a hell of a drug. You do not remember your past? Yeah, bummer, right? Then rest assured, I will find the finest scientists in all the land to help you recover your memory when this is over. That would be great. Thanks, Violet. Think nothing of it. It's the duty of those with more to give back, no? Though, have you ever thought, perchance, that this is actually a blessing in disguise? What do you mean? Many of us would be happier not knowing what drags us down. That may be true, but still, I need to know. You sound just like the reference examples in the romance manuals. Consider me impressed. You know, those manuals are just regular old fiction novels, right? Ha, you're quite funny, Charlie. An admirable trait to have. I like that. Anyway, you haven't told me about yourself, Violet. Who are you? What do you do for fun? I'd like to know. Being the scion of the Valentines doesn't leave much time for fun, I'm afraid. Even on this show, I spend most of my waking hours managing the Valentine's restaurant businesses. But I suppose if I have a spell of time, I enjoy baking? I don't get it. Why are you embarrassed by liking baking? Everyone has a hobby. Baking is something of a servant hobby, according to my parents. When they found out I was enjoying that, well, they made sure to stop me from ever doing it again, with all the restaurant work. It's a bit ironic, isn't it? You know what? I do know of what, but what do you mean? Who cares what your parents think? You're on the island a million miles out. They can't stop you. How about we find some time together to bake up for lost time? She laughed like a child. That would be wonderful, Chelly. I'll make some time on my calendar for you. We spend the next few hours enjoying the finest meal that money could buy. Each course was better than the last, just like each chapter of the lusty new Asian maid, according to Violet. Something tells me that the same applies to every moment I'll share together with Violet. Guess we'll see. Ow. I stumbled back to my room and plopped onto my bed. Who'd be coming at an hour like this? I shoveled over in a haze. Hey there, Chelly. Sorry to bother you this late. It's alright. What's up, Kat? Don't mind me. I'm gonna make myself real comfortable. Kat walked by me and comfortably sat herself on my bed. I really gotta get one of these beds for myself already. I closed the door, then sat facing her on the opposite side of the bed. So, what brings you here tonight? Can't stop thinking about me? You wish. Unfortunately, it's my job to help you survive until the end of the show. And that means checking in with you every night to see how you're doing and making sure you're doing your best on ratings. That's nice of you. Thanks, Kat. Well, to be honest, I don't have a choice. Finding a new person to take your place would be a recruiting nightmare. Back to what I'm here for. Your date today with Violet was a ratings knockout. You and Violet started out a little frosty, but by the end, I think we saw you two warm up to each other. A bit. Thank you. That said, we need something more than that if we're going to make the world believe she's your first soulmate candidate. So let's heat things up with some more competition. Pizzazz. Romance. Tomorrow, I want you to find who your second soulmate candidate is and ask them out on a date instead. Alright. Alright, sounds good to me. I would have expected you to want to spend some more time with Violet tomorrow, but I guess you understand your situation. Without those ratings getting higher and higher every day, they'll axe the show, and your life with it. I guess that makes sense in some warped way. I'm impressed at how well you took that. I'd almost think it wasn't your first time on a life or death killing dating show. Well, I mean, I've done this before, I guess. Well, that's pretty much what I needed to tell you. It's getting late and we both got big days tomorrow. I'll see you tomorrow. Night, Chelly. Good. She was gone before I had the chance to finish. Guess it's time to call it a night. The sound of waves. Hey. I can hear her call out to me within a dream. It's you. I love you, Chelly. I always will. And I'll always love you too. My mouth moves on its own. Even if there's so many other women on the show, they could never be you. I held her tight and I kissed her. You promise? I promise. Promises are unbreakable, you know. That's what you told me. I meant every word I said. She smiled at me. You better have. Your face is becoming clearer to me with every day that goes by. I know you're here with me, but which one are you? Now. Then you set the meat around 300 degrees for 40 minutes. Okay, got it. Tara furiously scribbled down notes. Wait a minute, couldn't I just cook for 600 degrees for 20 minutes? That's not quite how this works, I'm afraid. But the math checks out. What's going on? Oh, good morning, Chelly. How do you do? I'm teaching Tara the proper way to prepare a pot roast. So far, I'd say it's going pretty well. Tara will be the one to prepare lunch today instead of me. Tara turned on one of the dials of the stove as far as it could go to the right. And the student has surpassed the master. On second thought, perhaps I'll prepare an alternative course. One moment, please. Oh, ye of little faith. Time for a moment of truth. Lunch is served. Tara was nervously clasping her hands tight. It's delicious! I did it? Oh my gosh! Tara did a little dance in celebration and gave Violet a high five. Should I become a food vlogger? I'm a cooking savant. This talent shouldn't be wasted. Psst! Hey Violet. What is it, Shelly? Is this what you cooked, or is it what Tara cooked? Violet smiled and winked at me. I don't know what you're talking about. She sipped on her soup contently. I couldn't help but smile back at her. Damn, this was the best meal I've ever had. Granted, my memory only goes back about 2 days, but still, it counts for something. There you are, Chelly. I've been looking for you. It's time to decide who's your second soulmate candidate. Cat moved in closer to whisper. Not like you really have a choice, though. So without further ado, Chelly, who's the unlucky girl? I'd like to spend some more time with Yui, because that's a girl from my past. Yes, I made a bet with four you'd choose Yui today. Great choice, Shelly. I knew I could count on you. Alright, let's get this show on the road. The forest to the north of the house was as serene as could be. With each step forward, I felt the soft earth give away beneath my feet, and the winds caress my skin. Green as far as the eye can see, and her, in a flowing white dress, standing in the middle of it all. Hey there, Chelly. What you doing all the way out here? I was looking for you. I was looking for you, Yui. I was hoping we could spend some time together. Then consider me the luckiest girl in the world. Yui had the cutest giggle, and the kind that instantly put a smile on your face. Well, you found me now. Care to join me for a walk? I'd like that. We started to walk down the forest path together. I couldn't help but be fascinated by her hair, flowing like water in the wind. I doubt you remember, but I'm from way out in the country. I grew up surrounded by animals, nature, you name it. It was just me and my grandma and 2 little brothers and the alpacas and my bunnies, Bun and Bun Bun, and the chickens, and too many farm animals to count. To answer your question from earlier, nature takes me back home. Do you still live there? Yep, wouldn't have it any other way. Though I had moved to the city for a bit way back when. You know, that's when I met you. How'd we meet? Well, you know, one thing I hated about the city is that everyone's in a rush. People just walk by each other as if they're obstacles to get past, instead of, well, people. I came to this city alone, didn't know left from right, and I got lost. I swear, every building looks the same. You can say that again. I try to ask people for directions to where I would live, or where the school was, but no one would give me the time of day, except for you. I helped you? Yeah, you didn't even know me, but you took the time to help me figure my way around. Gosh, I'd never been so embarrassed in my life. Why were you embarrassed? You know. Shy. We found out later we went to the same high school, but we never talked too much after that. Oh, I'm sorry about that. Different groups. Oh, it's not your fault, Chelly. I had to move back home pretty soon after anyway. Well, I'm happy I'm getting a second chance to get to know you better, Yui. Oops. I feel the same way, Chelly. You're just like how I remember. Well, actually, the whole trying to date 5 girls at the same time thing came out of nowhere. But life is full of surprises, I guess. It shouldn't take long to remove them from the equation. Sorry, what did you say? I couldn't hear you. Just a little joke. I was just saying, I'm so happy to see you again. Here's to the future. We spent the rest of the day taking in the nature and making up for lost time. Apparently, I was always ending up in trouble back then. I guess not much has changed. Something about Yui made it so easy to open up. I found myself almost telling her the truth about the show several times. Even though I couldn't tell her the whole truth, I could tell her just enough of what was worrying me to make me feel at home and at ease. Whatever's getting you down, I'm sure it will all be okay. No matter what, I'm on your side, Chelly. What were you thinking? Oh, she's a murderer. Yeah, you made me pick her. So, but yeah, I think she's the one that works with the bad guy. And I'm thinking Kat, like the main lady that we can't take out on dates, is probably my real girlfriend. I was about to enter my room when I felt a familiar tap on my shoulder. Hey there, Chelly, got a minute? Let me just make sure Violet or Yui see me come in here. Fan some flames. Sorry, what? Kat looked around, smiled, then went into my room. Yeah, probably. I followed suit. First, the good news. Thanks to my plan, we've gotten enough ratings to avoid early canning. People loved it when you and Violet were in the main ship, but loved it even more when Yui kicked off this competition. I'm glad to hear I get to live another day. For now, at least. But that can change on a dime, so keep it up. Also, I'm curious how you're feeling about Violet and Yui. Between those two, do you have a favorite? Yeah, Violet, because Yui seems like she's gonna kill me. I think I have a better connection with Violet right now. I don't know as much as I'd like about Violet just yet, but I know more than anything that I just like to keep learning more about her. I had a feeling you'd say that, and you're right to say that. Well, we'll see where things go with Violet. Something tells me you'll get a chance to hang out with her again soon. Anyway, that's it for today. Keep it up, and who knows, you might just be the first one to make it out of here. I don't know. My whole thing is whoever is resetting me is working with the guy Damien, because Damien's the bad guy. But if Kat isn't the bad guy working with Damien, how would she be resetting me? Because I'm not picking her. Because then it would mean some other girl is still the... yeah, it would mean there's still another girl that has to be the bad guy, right? Like, she can't be the... Well, maybe she's the good and the bad guy, I don't know. But I don't think she's both the good and the bad guy. Good night, Chelly. Good night, Kat. She left my room, closing the door behind her. Guess it's time to turn in for the night. Sometimes the most precious moments are the most mundane. It's just the two of us spending the evening together in the games room. I'm reading a book and at the same time watching her rage against an opponent in a fighting game. So I am supposed to pick Tara. It's Tara! It's just fun to watch her savor each victory or explode with profanity when she loses. Life is good. It's time like these where you wish you could always be this simple. Sometimes in those moments, people wish for more excitement, for fame or for fortune, for anything but the ordinary. But all I want is ordinary with you. Fuck you! I love this woman so much.